Shalom, family. Shalom, family. Glory be to God, and blessed be the Lamb forever and ever. God is a God of war, but, but God is a God of just war. God would never condone war as mankind practices it. America is at war, but against who? It seems at first blush that it's against Iran. They've killed at least 50% of its leadership, its military leadership. They've killed the supreme leader. They've bombed to smithereens even girls' schools. And don't tell me that this was an accident, like some little dweeb of a guy once. Man, you know, we're raised different, okay? There's only so many times you're gonna tell me a lie or hide behind a random occurrence or coincidence before I catch the pattern. Okay? It's you can't accidentally bomb a school. You have to want to bomb it, especially when there's warm bodies inside of the school on a school day, on a school morning. And one of the first buildings you hit is a school. And I heard a man say that if you think the U.S. military is a type of people, sir, you don't know these people. I don't think you even know you. I think, and I'm trying not to call this guy's name, but in due time I will. I'll get to him because again, it's a, there's a couple of places that some people should flat out avoid. Black people in their mouth and putting God's holy name on their own activities. There is no proof in biblical or otherwise as to what he says. God would say, and I know that I'm drifting. I'll get back to Iran war. But God would say, and you made me lose my point. Damn it, sorry. But anyway, let's get back to the war. Because I don't want to call this guy's name, and it's kind of hard to complete the sentence and make sense of it without calling his name. But stay out of God's lane. Don't ascribe God to any of your human behavior. None of it. None of it. Ascribe it to the angels, like the four horsemen, of which I am one. Now, you can ascribe it to those guys. But God, he doesn't really do things like that. Not at all. So in this war, we have the instigation of the war at the hands of the Israelis. We can say Israelis, right? We can say that, right? Under what I still don't understand as to what the reason was for the United States to bomb Iran. I still have not heard a viable reason outside of we have to support Israel. Let's make something clear. That's not Israel. That's not Israel. And you know this. I'm sure that the administration knows it, the Senate knows it, and the Congress knows it. They can't get past their whiteness. Can we just be frank? And they can't get past the fact that they've done what they've done themselves to the true Israel. They can't get past this, or so it would seem. Anyway, listen, you have a problem here. You set up negotiations, and the Israelis bombed the negotiators, not once, but twice, and threatened a third. Threatened, and you saying you have to tell them not to bomb the negotiators? You have to tell them this? Wow. You know, I don't like that word regime. What does regime mean? Because at this point, the American or the United States Congress or House, both of them look like and act like installed puppets. Sort of like the United States would do, go around the world and install presidents and premiers and kings who gonna do their bidding and give away their country's resources as long as they can remain fat. And they do. This is a fact. So what is the point here? What is the point? If you can't control your ally, then it seems to me that you're not allies. If you as an ally cannot come to some kind of agreement as to what's going on to the point that they can tell you what they're gonna do, irrespective of what you think, then that's not your ally. That's not your ally. They've threatened to bomb Pakistan. They're not going to stop fighting, sir, because they can't. They're out of here. They're out of here. They are out of here. They can't stop fighting. And then you have it in their hearts where some of them, fighting for all kinds of reasons. I mean, the best one I've heard is that they're trying to bring the Antichrist. Well, he's arriving late, and that's not gonna do it. There's no Antichrist coming. You are the Antichrist, idiots. If you stand against Christ, then you are the Antichrist. Put together, you are the Antichrist. If you're waiting on what's the word I'm using? A fair skin, or here's a European term, a dark skinned, handsome man in a velvety suit with all kinds of power to do what? Bring you what? Those days are over too. You think that we're gonna tolerate his ass? By we, I mean the source. Source. We wait on him too, but that's not the point. Who are you at war with? Who is the United States at war with? I mean, I see who they say that they are at war with, but largely this was unprovoked based on lies told to them by Israelis, their counterpart, of which my personal fucking opinion is you should not only separate yourself from the Israelis, but purge your entire cabinet and your entire administration of every Israeli that's holding dual citizenship. They all have to go. Lie to me once, it's on me. Lie to me twice, and it's on you. And now every possibility must be gone. Must be gone. No one owes them anything. They have started war after war after war after war. I can go down the list of it. Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Syria, Iran. Who haven't they attacked? And why? With some aspiration of a greater Israel? Dude, will you stop? Will everybody just stop? May I just be frank? You're not Israel. And they know this. Everybody knows it. They know that they are not Israel. Yet we're all acting as though they're Israel. I don't understand this, but I don't have to understand a damn lie. And you gentlemen are acting like you are the installed regime. I mean, have you any guts? Have you any backbone? How about pride? And your ego surely must be bruised if you're any kind of man. You must have a bruised ego. You have to have a bruised ego. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I'm not calling anyone out. I'm calling America out. This is America. It's a whole lot of shit that's been going on in this country that we ain't never seen. Ain't never seen it. And they're trying to enforce this crap. Enforce it. Whatever the deals and understandings that they have amongst each other and with other world leaders, I would suggest it to the world leaders, leave us Americans out of it. We know nothing of it. We are collateral here. No more than that. And as a black man, I am a slave of 425 years, give or take, in just this country. Okay? Give or take. Leave us out of it. We have absolutely no beef with anyone outside of this country. None. People on the outside of this country, for some strange reason, have never harmed us unless they bring their ass over here. That's when they start harming us, not from where they at. But anyway, who's your enemy here? Who's cost you the most in blood? Who's cost you the most in resources? Who's cost you the most in fucking credibility? Who's cost you the most in, man, prestige? Who cost you the most in freaking trust? Who's cost you all of this? No one likes you. Everyone distrusts you. And some of you act like you don't even remember the lie that you just told last week. Or maybe even 3 days ago. It's like it's a joke. It's like you don't remember. And that you just lurch from one position to the next position as if you're being led, largely by the nose. Do y'all have secret nose rings and shit? Because some people find that shit sexy. Do you got nose rings? God damn. Do you have a backbone? I mean, do you really think if they respected you that they could, you set up peace talks and they bomb the negotiators and you listen to them again? Man, when I got home, everybody have to go. They ain't gonna do that but one time. When I say everybody, I'm cleaning house. I'm cleaning fucking house. Everybody. When I say everybody of dual citizenship holding, I mean, as an Israeli national, they got to go. End of discussion. And this it's not anti-Israeli. This is in a defense of the United States. United States. America. Damn that term, the United States. I don't know who them people is. They don't know who they is either. They made it up in 1809 and then they backdoored it in 1832, I think. Some crap like that. And they didn't ask anybody. They gave themselves rights over you. They gave it to themselves based on money. Dude, you worse than a drug-addicted prostitute. Go, stop it. But anyway, who's your enemy here? Do you read? Do you research? Go back 50 years, 60 years. Look at what they're saying out of their own mouth about how they feel about this country. Look at it with your own mouth. Or do you think that just deserve a pass or that was on some individual shit? No, this is how they feel. Not just about the United States, but by any nationality. They look at you as goy, as animals, and I look at them as animals. Fascist, psychotic, sex-driven, violent animals. It's simple as that. Is that a problem? Let me ask a question. Who's the enemy? Who's the enemy? Is it the one dying or is it the one killing? Is it the one dying or is it the one killing? Or is that anti-Semitic too? Why don't you go and read what they're taught? Read their books. And then you'll understand how they perceive the world. And then you'll understand why they have no respect for you at all as a country. You are goy. You are cattle. They, it don't matter your rank. Now you got me sounding like Stormfront. They don't give one rat's ass about this country. And it's self-evident. It's self-evident. How much money has been lost by this other country outside of the wars? Billions, billions, bank bailouts, stock bailouts. What was the major race involved? Who is attacking this country? Who has attacked this country's right to privacy? Who has attacked this country's right to free speech? Who? It wasn't the Iranians. It's not the Iranians. Who has attacked this country with things like liberalism? It wasn't the Iranians. Nope. No Iranians there. So tell me again, why did we attack Iran? Because you were told to. You know why? Because you are a installed government. Installed. You get it? You're not going to like the term, but you don't want to be saddled with words like bought off either. Bribed, threatened. So we settled on installed. You are installed and you act like it, you act like it, walk like it, and you talk like you're installed, like we're going to stick to the script. I even heard one of them say, look, God's going to bless us as long as we support Israel. Maybe you should get a Bible. Maybe you should consult someone with a theological background and some understanding. Why do you spend so much time listening to each other? Listening to each other. I don't listen to people like me. Well, there ain't nobody like me, but I'm saying I don't do yes men. I don't do understanders. I don't do yes sir and I know you right. No. If you think a nigga wrong, tell me that I'm wrong. You don't get to have your ass around me and just agree with shit that I'm fucking saying. If you don't know, if that's not how you feel, that's not how you feel. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Because you cheating me. You ain't just cheating you cheating me. Maybe I need some correction. But anyway, who's attacking you? Who's been attacking you? They will brand this anti-Semitic. No, it's not. No, it is not. It's pro-America. It's pro-America. And you you refuse to call a spade a spade. So someone has to do it for you. So let's look at it this way. They're using you to launch attacks on their enemy while at the same time draining your ass of blood, resources, and money, and credibility, prestige. No one trusts you. No one wants to talk to you. All of your relationships are fracturing. They have never had any relationships. And what about these Gulf states? Gulf states. At least you call them the right thing. Gulf states. Not nations, not countries, Gulf states. Some of them built their kingdom right out in the middle of the ocean. Just went out there and started shooting rocks into the piled up island. And now I'm king. Now I'm king. I don't like any of them, but that's on a very personal level. But they should know that I know everything about them, including their family makeups and their histories and that vile shit they do while they're over here, and then go back over there and act like they're just pious men. And by the way, Mecca. Let's just talk about Mecca for just 30 seconds, maybe even 15 seconds. Mecca stopped being the Mecca the minute that it ended up in Saudi hands, under Saudi control. It became a bazaar. It became wicked, dark. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. At any rate, At any rate, I ask again, who's your enemy? I know who your enemy ain't, but who's your enemy? My enemy is those who would attack me. Those who would attack me. That's the only definition. What's your definition of enemy? Because again, you put forth no real viable claim here as to what's really going on, at least nothing that I would want to repeat because it would sound buffoonish, and we both know it. But understand, God does not sanction man like that. Let me say this again. God doesn't sanction man, and sirs, we don't need your help. We are here for the apocalypse. We are here for Armageddon. We don't need your help. It's going to get there. Unless this is some kind of, and I doubt it, this is some kind of weirded out play by the other horsemen. But it's not. It's not. No, this is plain and a simple aspiration. When it's not aspiration, it's we have done so much bad. The world hates us. Man, how y'all even tolerate this shit? How does it feel to be hated by the world? To be kicked out of everywhere you land, even today. Even today, they go somewhere and people want them gone. Sir, is everybody wrong about them? Is everybody wrong? Again, you know, we have to call spades spade. Spades spade. But the central question is, who are you at war with? Who are you war with? There's the physical war, which you're watching right now, and there's sociological war, and there's political war, and there's economic war. You are caught up in a socio-political economic war against you at the behest of that nation state that you call Israel. You're under attack. You're under attack. They are out to destroy this country. Okay? They say so out their own mouth. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If they're out to destroy the country's government, then, hey, if the government lets them do it, because it doesn't serve the people, it serves them. As far as I'm concerned, it's an Israeli government, not one put forth to serve the people. There hasn't been an American government serving the people in the better part of 25 years. Can't none of us point to one thing this government has done in service of the American people in 25 years. Not one thing of significance. 30 years. Not one thing of significance. None at all. So why are they there? Why are they there? Apparently to use you people as cannon fodder, as collateral, as funding to move about their own personal agendas. And these are personal agendas. Believe me. Believe me. When I see anyone just doing foolishness and they know that is foolishness, then I immediately think there's something else going on. And there is here too. There's something else going on. Now, number one, you live in fear. Fear of all kind of shit. Some of the most powerful men live in fear. I shit you not. I shit you not. Powerful men live in fear. Know what they live in fear of? Themselves. Themselves. This is the reality. And the people who may know themselves. That's what they fear. And you wouldn't think so, but one would get your ass killed for how they view and feel about themselves, even on a mass level, like we're witnessing right now. Again, no one attacked Israel. In fact, Persia has existed well over 2,300 years, 2,400 years as we know them now, and not one time have they ever instigated war. Not one time. So no one was able to put forth a viable reason as to cause this war. It's just something that they wanted. And this dehumanization of everyone else. It it really is that simple. And until you see their lives like they see your lives, your ass is in trouble. You're in other trouble. And no set of men, no set of men have the right to fuck the world up because of their agendas and what they want. Now, if I was a United States, and I am not, and they hear me, they hear me. I'm sure that they understand me. What they do with this information is beyond me, but it is quite clear what's going on here. How many times do they have to show you? Even just recently, they catch them planning to bomb the negotiators. This to be the third time. And you think that they respect you? No, they don't respect you. Not at all. They don't respect you. This administration, this government at all. They don't respect this government at all. They don't have the proper fear in them. Okay? And let me recalibrate this next phrase here. Okay? Because again, if you say the wrong thing, then it's an anti-Semitic. And that's like a code for, we can't listen. He hates Jews. Dude, ask anybody. Ask anybody about me. They would tell you, a few people have tried to call me racist. But this Henrietta told them the best. She said, and I was about 19 years old. I was at work and we were having this discussion, and some of the customers heard it and they screamed racism. And like Miss Henrietta told them, oh no, this one, he's not racist. He hates everybody equally. This is 19. He hates everybody equally. There's nothing racist about this one. He don't like none of you. He would just call a spade a spade. I almost fired him twice about this shit. He doesn't care like that, or either he just don't know any better. He hasn't been socialized. He hasn't been socialized. So this isn't about race. This ain't even about religion. This ain't about nothing but a group of people. Now, it is biblical, but I'm trying to break it down to a physical scale here, where it's nothing but what it looked like. And what it looks like is one group of people have decided that they're going to destabilize the entire Middle East. They can't control it. They can't hold it. They can't win against it, but they can destabilize it. All of this because they can't come to grips with what they have become, a psychotic, schizophrenic, trust me, dangerous, fascist-ass country bordering on biblical proportions of madness. It's no damn different than the Aztecs and the Mayans decapitating everybody every time that they had a bad harvest. They don't have enough corn and heads roll. Imagine this. It didn't matter how many times after they sacrificed and beheaded all of these people, that the next harvest was also bad. They would do it again. Another bad harvest. Now they demanding that one person from each family must get their head chopped off to ensure that the rest of their family members can have more corn. What the shit? And guess what? It eventually ended them. It ended them. Okay? That's what happens. This is the same thing here in its own way. It can't end but one way. It can't end but one way, and it is the apocalypse. I just don't want the United States so deeply in deeply in so deeply involved at the initial stages. They're gonna get you there because there's no place for them anymore unless they disown, disavow who they are. There's no place for them except their home and the United States, which is quickly turning against them here. Even now, I hesitate to say things for the fear that I'm going to turn some whack job out here into going and harm somebody Jewish when that's not what I'm trying to do at all. So don't go harming people. No, we call them facts facts. Facts are just facts. Okay? But there's whack jobs out here who trust me will take these very words and make it match whatever's in their sick ass skull. And they will move on it. They'll move on it. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. This is why I have to qualify this shit. You must qualify it. Listen, you have war, and you're not gonna get yourself out of it. And what are these plans? I mean, are you really attempting to make a country 3,000 years old submit to your 500-year-old ass? And these people here who just showed up in 1948. What kind of pompous arrogance is this? What kind of pompous arrogance is this? One operates out of fear. They still think that if we control the trade, I'm talking about Israel, if we destabilize, if we control, no one's going to come kill us. Yes, they are going to come kill you. Yes, they are. And who is they? The world. The world is. I mean, listen, I'm unwilling to bite my tongue at this point because you're all going to get killed if you keep on down this road. You're going to activate shit. You really have no idea what you're doing. You're saying that God should just sit back and just watch you at your folly, watch you as you to just jerk from point A to fucking point B, not even seemingly like it's a real war. There's something off here. There's something terribly off here in a country that's never stopped fighting for 62 years of my life. And here it seems like it's almost grade school. Like it's grade school. But anyway, be careful and be knowledgeable of who your enemy is. Be mindful. Research. Know your enemy. Know how they think. Know their perspectives. Know how they view others. You need to know these types of things, else you're going to get yourself in trouble. You're being running, man, listen here. They're running circles around you. Whoever you are, they're running circles around you. Okay? If you don't think that they're talking to each other, ex parte, using back channels and all this stuff here, while they occupy damn near every position in the current administration. Protect yourself. Shit. And I thought that, you know what? I may have to protect you because it's becoming evidently clear that you can't. You refuse to say the obvious, and you're really willing to run up another at least $2 trillion in debt off of already 38 trillion that we're never going to pay. And by we, I mean you. You're never going to pay this money because you can't. You can't pay this money. Credit ratings are suffering. I mean, man, just all kind of stuff. And it's not the current administration. No, this been going on for 3 administrations, 3 or 4 that I can pinpoint. This is just the latest. And we know why. We know why. And we're biting our tongue now, but there's only so much longer that we can bite our tongue when we see clearly what's going on here. I mean, information, what you really have is the donor class, or the i.e. kinky weird class, in charge of things. And they simply don't want to go to jail. Okay? They understand what this war really is. Okay? All of this stuff is intertwined. It's intertwined. And because they don't want to be responsible for the work of their own hands, other people have to die. Other people have to die now. Really? Really? But anyway, don't expect God to sit back and watch. Don't expect for me to watch God watch me and say, well, because I'm only going to do that shit so much longer. I don't have an answer for for well. For well, I simply don't have an answer. We just know where we stand. We don't ordain purposeless killing, purposeless murder, which ain't really war. At some point in an unprovoked situation, I don't think that there's war at all. I think it's something else. I think it's a war crime. In fact, I'm sure of it. No matter how many times you make up fake-ass reasons, it's still a war crime, and you've managed to escape your own law, largely by ignoring it or writing more law to outlaw that law, and then acting like the new law was always controlling law. You have all kinds of schemes that may work here, but trust me, with God, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I've been biting my tongue a year, at least a year. Trust me. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. Keep God out of your behavior. God ain't got nothing to do with this. Now, those horsemen, they here to do what they do. Okay? But trust me, God would not. In fact, I'm not going to even say it anymore. It's hard to come out of my mouth. It hurts almost. It's painful. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because then you leave us no fucking choice but to react. Don't put nothing on God. Did God tell you? Did you actually read the Bible? Because if you did, then you would know the entire story. So until you do that, in fact, even after you to do that, just don't do that. Your work is attributed to you. To you. Okay? To you. It is you who do what you do. And that's on the individual level, and that's on the organizational level, and that's at the state nation level. We're all fucking responsible. Period. We're all fucking responsible. You will be held responsible. And trust me, there will be no answer that you can proffer. You won't have an answer. For any question asked, you will not have an answer on that day. I promise you this. You will not have an answer. So, at the end of the day, this is going to end badly. It's going to end bad. Don't, and I say this once again, I stand in defense of God. Okay? You ain't going to do it. You're not going to do it. All right? Keep us out of your shit. Out of your shit. Do what you want to do. Okay? But we don't need you to bring about the fucking apocalypse. The other folks will do just fine. They're in the Bible. You in there secondarily. But them, they are destined to bring about the apocalypse. They almost have no choice. The apocalypse would actually be preferable to them, provided that they think some mighty devil is going to show up with mighty demons to save them. They have no way out. They painted them. It took them a couple of thousand years to paint themselves into this corner. A couple of thousand years, give or take. They're not going to get out of it. They're not going to get out of it. Oh, okay? They're not. No matter what you do, for it is already written. It is written. What you end up doing is trying to stop what's already written. And you can't. And you can't. So it's like this here, and I'm gonna wrap this up right here, where this is going. You can't stop anyway, and you can't speed it up, and you can't cause it. You're not even in freaking control of it. Neither are they. Neither are neither are they. Who kills the negotiators? I mean, in 2026. Anyway, the point is, they have put themselves so far out there that the world has seen them now, has seen them, seen what they're capable of, watched the genocide, watched them laughing, watched them on the TV, watched them in the United Nations, watched them spitting on people, not just go down the list. The world has decided. The world has decided. And there's nothing that the United States or anyone else can do about it. Nothing. You can't bomb the world. Where ain't they being kicked out of? Right now. Where can they stand? Where can they land? They're being chased out of everywhere they go, except the United States and Argentina. Have we ever witnessed this on the world stage? No, not since biblical times. Not since biblical times. Okay? Has a people been hated and disdained this much? This much. Now, what you do with that, that's you. But if I were them, and it may be too late. In fact, it is. Separate. Separate. Because they're not just killing Muslims in Iran. They are killing everybody. It's 1 million Christians there, if not more. 1,000 churches. They bombing them too. They're bombing hospitals, bombing schools. They're bombing everything. And when they can't think of nothing else, well, the United Nations allowed us to bomb dual use facilities. Here's what a dual use facility is. Someone in the university is teaching physics. Yeah. Someone is teaching physics. Then they have the right to bomb you. You get it now, right? Then they have the right to bomb you in their head. This is not a group of people you can live with at all. At all. Call me anti-Semitic, call me anti-whatever you want to, but really it's just pro-survival. They have shown their hand, not just to the United States, but to the world and to me. To me, who can stomach it? Nobody. But you just too weak or too feckle to say anything or to do anything because they control everything and you won't even say that. You are too feckle to even say that. Too shackled to even say that. So someone has to do it for you. Someone has to do it for you. If you want to die at their hands, then so be it. but the vast majority of us don't. And anyway, they're up to bat. You don't get to do what they've done for a very long time and still exist as a people. History is replete with people coming and people going. I'm talking about as civilizations, entire cultures. They come and they go. Some we know about through history and the written word, some we don't because there was no written history and there was no words because there was no writing. Many has come and many has go. I suspect that this one will be no different. Okay? And I haven't even gotten to the religious aspect of them, which I won't. Because again, there's so much out here now that it just is what it is. And at some point, bad things are gonna start happening. No one has to do anything at this point because things grow, things evolve. Things evolve and things grow. No one has to do anything. The universe doesn't work like you think it do. Balls don't stop rolling when you push it. They just keep rolling. Okay? They roll and they roll and they roll. Nothing stops them. But here on Earth, you built in ways of stopping the rolling ball. But where you at now, there's no stopping. There's no stopping it. Okay? They're never going to control the Middle East. We all know that they're never going to hold any other land that they have grabbed through military force. They're not going to hold that either. They're not that big. So what is the plan here? The plan is constant war. That's the plan. Constant war until the apocalypse come or until they do something so freaking atrocious that we have no other choice but to act. Like these damn fools. They're trying to bring back Christ. Dude, we here. They trying to bring back the Antichrist. Well, he kind of here too. They just don't realize it. But it's you. Shit. It's you. A murderer is a murderer. A killer is a killer. A liar is a liar. A thief is the other thief. Not always. People become good, and people sometimes turn bad. But that's not the point here. The point I'm making here finally is if you don't recognize what's going on here, it's like you are in a chess game on the wrong level. You way up on level 9 when you really is a level 5. And the level 9 is just toying with you, dragging a game on. You left him several opportunities to end the game. You don't see him, but he does, but he doesn't take him because he wants to play with you. He likes to toy with you, drag the game on as he sips his coffee. Be careful, folks. Okay? This is a dangerous game. Recognize who your enemies are, even at the state level. Oh, okay? And some things you just shouldn't accept. Trying to shoot down the very people who I'm trying to talk to would rank way up there at number 1. And I'm going to tell you one time, else everybody goes, all your funding stops. I don't care what you do, who you do it to, who you call, everybody fired. All of them. Lucky for them, I'm not in that type of managerial position. I say managerial because that's what it looks like. It's governmental, but it seems like it's not. It's like I said, it acts as though it is installed. I'm going to say this again. The U.S. government acts as though it is installed. not by the people, but by someone else. And this has led to perilous situations and dynamics that they cannot get themselves out of. I don't mean this in a bad way. Things have a way at that level of evolving. And if you can't keep up with the evolution of the thinking and what's happening on the battleground and the politics of it and who's saying this and what they connected to and all this stuff here, which is that why y'all like old people? This young man work. This young man work. But anyway, if you cannot do that, then you're going to get caught up in the sauce. And some leaders are not hands-on. Some leaders are not micromanagers or macro managers. They delegate authority and then they trust those around them to bring them information. I'm saying check the people around you. Check the people around you. They just check the people around you, man. Because again, this isn't to dash salt on anyone. No, this is about survival. And you don't see the mission creep here. You don't see where this is going. There is a trigger. There is a line that you can cross where things are just going to get bad here, not just due to your outside enemies. So don't do it. Don't put God in no positions. He don't put me in no positions. Then you don't have to deal with the horseman, one of which is sitting here. The other three do what they do. You need to deal with them. God has nothing to do with your machinations of war and how you think. God doesn't involve himself in lies and manipulations and obfuscations. God doesn't create chaos. God doesn't create confusion. And this is where you live right now in all of these realms: chaos, lies, confusions, manipulations. That's where you live. That's where you live. Good luck to you. I'm Source. I'm 7. I'm 1.